Hello. It has been how long? A week? A little over a week. Um, so for anyone, and this is my voice being unfortunately a little low. Let me take a drink. For anyone who didn't know, and the only way you'd know is if you followed me on Twitter, the reason I have been around is kidney stones and infection from kidney stones. So I have been in no condition to be doing anything, honestly. Which is why I was doing literally nothing for days. But back in action, some small after pains that is not unusual for me. I'm just setting things up while I talk. Yeah, so that's where I've been. I apologize for literally nothing to warn anyone, but there was no real way to warn anyone. Again, unless you followed me on Twitter, because that was the one place I was like, yeah, I'm gonna make an announcement. There wasn't enough to me to warn of anything. This will probably go up as a VOD tomorrow, just literally because I haven't posted on the VOD channel since. Just because I don't really have a huge backlog. And we'll make a new world. This is just the world it populates, which is very nice, honestly. But we'll just make a nice random standard world, and hope it doesn't die, because it was struggling to start up, which is why I'm late. Well, one of the multiple reasons I'm late. This struggled to start up. VTube Studio decided to give me some guff. My job had some problems. Specifically, what the problem was there, they didn't have enough people to do anything. So the people that were supposed to close down my section were off doing other jobs. And because they were doing other jobs, they couldn't do what I needed them to do to leave. Which was unfortunate for me. Not that, not that any of them really care one way or another. So that made me late. And then on top of that making me late, I had plans to do something very quickly that got expanded into more than that. So something quick turned into not so quick. This should have really been elves. This is like a secret. Nah, well. The elves can have jungle. The orcs. What else do I have around here? The orcs can have this place. And the dwarves can have this. There's no mountains. I could just make a whole massive place. I've done that before, but I'm just gonna let these guys go while we talk. Yeah, so I got slowed down at work. I got slowed down after work. I get home. It's one of the unfortunate things with kidney stones and the after moments is increased need for a certain bodily function. So that came up. So that slowed me down, technically. Steam opened fast, so that was good. Then VTube Studio, as I said, decided, hey, no. And Worldbox was like, I'm just gonna load and load and load, which is understandable. It's got a lot to go through. And now it's running smooth, which is nice. Like, don't get me wrong. This runs nice and smooth, and it's a relaxing thing to play. But yeah, I think I might want to connect all this because the dwarves don't seem to have a clue what they're doing right now. Okay. Let me check the world settings. Because I like to make sure it makes sand. Yeah, erosion. Yeah, it's fine. That's nice. That's very nice. And, so this just released on Steam not that long ago. It's been out for longer and it's still early access. It's just a nice little relaxing sandbox world to mess around in. I like little sandbox things. I like big sandbox things too, like Kenshi. If I had a better computer, I would stream Kenshi. I do not have a better computer, and I will not be getting one anytime soon because too many expenses keep piling up when I start saving. Which is unfortunate. Neon Tomat. Thank you for the follow. But, you know, that's life. There's surprises everywhere. There's a lot of fun options in this too. Including something a little more destructive. Yesterday evening I was playing this and I just totally dropped a whole bunch of atomic bombs over the entire map. I had a full map, like, pretty much filled in. And I didn't save it because I just like to mess around and then say, eh. And there was kingdoms and everything else, but I was like, I'm soon done. I'll just blow everything up. The orcs survived. They thrived in that post-apocalyptic wasteland. Let me tell you, they grew. I sat and played longer, just because I was like, how did these guys survive me bombing literally the entire map? It was literally them in this corner here, and then like a demon up here that managed to survive, and that was it. And I was so shocked. I just sat and kept playing longer, and the orcs just rebuilt a whole civilization down here, and there was an area over here. They're building here, and then a second tribe popped up here that split off from this one. They were the only survivors, but boy, did they thrive. It almost made me want to save the world, but I'm just like, I'm not gonna pick that back up. But it's nice. Crabs. These guys seem to be doing good. I find it's usually the elves that started off with, they spread out really well. Maybe not so much this time. Because I'll usually drop them like a lot of food just to be nice. But this is just like a nice... This is just nice, relaxing stream right now. Something come back from the craziness that's been going on. Or maybe I will just drop in a few random things. The wizards or mages, they'll just teleport everywhere, so I don't really want to drop them in because they will cause chaos. So will the zombies. And then, no, not that. And the mushroom spores. Oh, I used that the first time I played, and I was not ready for what happened. I should do it. Instead of just talking about it, I should actually do it. So this world's gonna die. Won't happen right away. But it's gonna happen. So when they die, well, you'll see. Come on, orcs. They turn into mushrooms. And the mushrooms, they very much spread. Can they make a mushroom dog? I know the zombies can make zombie dogs. No. Okay. So these mushrooms are deadly. They will spread and spread and spread. I've literally destroyed every single one and they still come back. They can't die from old age. They're weightless. They spread spores when they die. They regenerate over time. Apparently they can get bones and leather from fallen foes. I don't know how useful that is to them, but they can do it. They will spread. They can wipe out civilizations, too. Very quickly. Like, these are tiny numbers. I've had a civilization of 100, and they just wipe them out. These guys should be pretty well off. They get gold, they get stone, they get wood. They're growing their own food. The elves aren't doing too bad. They got stone, they got wood. The dwarves, I basically gave them 2 islands to work with. Although, this guy might wipe them out if they're not careful. Oh no, he's peaceful. For now. I had, again, just talking about more of this. I had a group, I spawned them in a savanna like this one, and then a whole bunch of rhinos just randomly spawned themselves, and that civilization did not last. So far from what I've seen playing, the elves spread the fastest. The humans kind of just are there. The dwarves just randomly die off. And the orcs are the hardiest ones that just last. I haven't really seen the humans do too much. And again, I've only ever seen the dwarves just die off on their own. And these things can swim, so all this shallow water, that means nothing to them. If anything's connected, they can reach it. Doesn't mean they will, but they can. I'll give a little love to the dwarves. Unless my love is meaningless, which it might be. There you go, dwarves. Take those gifts. You always die. Let chat see that you survive. You can see right off the bat. The dwarves are populating fast. The humans are following up. The orcs aren't doing too shabby. And the dwarves are just lagging behind, almost half of the lead. Alright, let me try to wipe out a problem before it becomes a problem. Just because. I did it to make a point, not for them to actually destroy everyone. But I pushed them to the water, so they will now destroy everyone. Well, I know. They still love their island, that's fine. Also, we can do this. Crap. Now, most likely, they survived that. Yep. Nope. Good. We could also do the Great Goo, which I don't know if anyone knows what the Great Goo is, but it would not end well, so I'm not going to do it. But it's an option. Yeah, you got a lot of options. You make houses and plants come alive too. You can change biomes. You can do quite a few different things. You've got some fun to mess around with in this game. And you can also just be like, I want to see the culture zones. I want to see the kingdoms. This is Af, Icona, Spears of Morl, and Kazarok axes. And village layers. Or none. You can also decide whether or not the map names are shown. I prefer them shown. You can have it show like the important events up in the corner there. You can view the different like cultures and the kingdoms, and right down to just the simple villages, because you can have multiple villages. And then you can see the various leaders. You can force friendship, you can force rebellions, you can force war. You got options. Also, I'm almost certain spawning those plant things, if anything dies, there's a good chance that they become the plant things. I could be wrong. But like I said before, I've wiped them out like I just did now. And they'll still spawn later and just wipe out an entire civilization while I'm off looking at something else. And then you've got I'd not seen what the Godfinger does, because the one time I used it, it completely froze everything until I just paused the game and destroyed it. So the dragon will just fly around and destroy things. The fairy will heal things. UFOs will fire a laser down, and if the UFO crashes, little aliens will come out. I'll show these though. So this is the tumor. It will just spread and spread and spread and send out little glob things. The pumpkin is pretty similar. It spreads out, and then it has pumpkin minions. The biomass, you guessed it, pretty much the same thing. It's not spread. Oh, there it goes. And Cybercore again. Spreads out, spawns. So these are just like the deadly little islands off in the middle of nowhere. Zombies make zombie plague. They can also make zombie dogs. It's not guaranteed, but it can happen. You got geysers, volcano, different types of clouds, these resources. You can do the different biomes, temperatures, yada yada yada. Tons of options here. I don't know why I made that, but I did. Now I'll surround it with shallow water just because. It's always that simple. I'll put a volcano in it too. It won't reach anywhere important, so. The elves and the humans are pretty well tied. The orcs are next, and the dwarves, even with my assistance, are bringing up the rear. I don't know what it is. The dwarves just seem lacking. You know, didn't mean to damage the orcs with the bowling ball, but that's life. One day you're going along minding your own business, and the next giant bowling ball from the sky hits you. Oops. Whoever decided I should have this power was very wrong, apparently. Just do that and act like it never happened. Could wipe out half of all creatures in the world. That's apparently popular. Yeah, with villains, but considering what I did to the poor orcs, I don't feel like I'm the hero of this tale. But they're hardy. They'll bounce back. They've already destroyed all their homes. Oh, now they're building again. I thought they gave up hope for a second there. I was like, oh well. Actually, they're probably smart, because I could have made their homes come alive. Now they're thinking ahead. I'll give them chickens. They'll kill the chickens. But I gave them food, I gave them trees, I gave them chickens. That's the payment for having a giant bowling ball smash into their home. And kind of kill their king. A little dead. They name a new king. Yeah, they named a new king. They're fine. They're fine. Let's speed her up a little bit. Also, this up here is boring and empty. Let's spawn demons. Let's really spawn demons. I'd say good luck to anyone settling this, but again, cut back to... Was this yesterday? No, this is the day before. Down in this corner, around here-ish, there's a demon island. And then right above it was another island where I put the elves. The elves just came right on down and cleared out the demons that destroyed the towers and just kept building villages. Every time the village burned down, because, you know, it's an infernal area, it's a bit of fire there, they were just like, whatever, and build a new village. I tell you, these elves, they're not, like, as hardy as the orcs, but they're very determined to spread. They do not give up. Yeah, there's some recently I played briefly that had Twitch integration. I should remember what that is, but I have no idea. Not that I have enough active viewers to really do a Twitch integration for anything, but it would be something to keep in mind for the future. Because I still have hope for that to go somewhere. Does that mean it will? I don't know. I don't know anything. But I have fun. And people do watch, either here and they lurk, or the random person popping in to say something in chat, or just the VOD watchers, be it on Twitch or on YouTube with the VOD channel. Which, again, I really got to remember to post this tomorrow. I do it today, but it's, you know, the whole 24-hour don't do that from Twitch. Which is a fair enough ask. Yeah, the orcs are catching. The orcs took a bowling ball to everything. Like I was gonna say to the face, but they took it to every. They're already passing the dwarves. The dwarves are not. They're not that great at anything, if I'm honest. They're not as hardy as the orcs. They're not as spreading as literally anything else. But there's got to be something they're good at, right? I like dwarves. I'm not saying this to be mean. I just really want to know what in the world they're good at. So I make sure they can actually live up to their, their potential. Humans are doing good. The elves are leading the pack as usual, and the orcs are, they got crushed and they bounced right back. That's what they do. I wish the demons and like the cold ones and stuff could make their own little kingdoms. Or the undead when they have a necromancer. When they don't have a necromancer, it makes sense that they can't, but when they do, I wish they could. That's probably too much of an ask, though. The elves have declared war on the orcs. I don't think either tribe has boats yet, so don't think that matters. And unless the elves have bows already, I kind of believe the orcs would win because I've seen that happen. I could make them a land bridge. Because I'm not streaming that much longer. This is just kind of a bounce back, hey, I didn't vanish forever kind of stream, as opposed to the usual. Mind you, I did plan to go the usual amount of time before everything else messed up along the way. And now the orcs are declaring war on the dwarves. You know what, guys? You can have a land bridge. You can have a land bridge. But if you guys want to fight, you gotta cross through Death Lava Zone. So I really don't recommend trying that one. Oh, the humans declared war on the elves. Well, now everyone's at war. Why is everyone at war? Oh, the humans have picked up the pace. They've mastered the art of breeding. So have the orcs. They're starting to speed up. But the dwarves are brave. They're sending their scouts. How stupid are you, Scout? Was your mood happy? Yep. Ew, excuse me. Thank you. Look at these brave dwarves. Look at these stupid brave dwarves. The orcs are literally shoving them into the lava. Now that dwarf got revenge. Oh, not that they can return home, though. Oh, they can. I didn't realize that was an option. Alright. Like I said, I'm soon stopping. So we're just gonna see who survives and who doesn't. I don't think I really hit the orcs, but I will if I didn't. You know, that wasn't as destructive as I planned it. Well, I've wiped out the orcs. Everyone else I just kind of grazed. That's the opposite of last time. The elves made off really good. Honestly, the dwarves didn't do too bad either, besides their population. Humans just have kind of a burnout landscape. I declare the elves the winners of this civilization run. Anyway. I don't think anything survives this one. If anyone survived, I will run the stream for a little bit longer. Actually, oh no, those are trees. Some kind of slime survived, but that ain't a person. So, that's how we end civilization. The elves grew very well. And they survived the bombs just by chance. But in the end, well, we learn that nuclear war is not the answer, unless the question is what destroys everything on the planet very fast. Something moving? It's just the slime. What's this? I don't know what that is. Must be like stuff that grows in radiated lands or something. This is the first I've seen it, though. I usually clear off the radiation before anything can grow. That's pretty cool. But yes, this is what happens when we resort to nukes. Let that be some form of lesson, maybe, possibly. Don't fire nukes. But for now, that is the end of this particular stream. Thank you for coming out to watch, and it's good to be back. Hopefully things stick to a normal schedule from here on. There will be another stream tomorrow and one on Monday. Tuesday there will not be, but Wednesday there will. From there, I don't really remember my schedule, but that's what I gotta say. So once again, thank you to those who have been watching. Thank you to those who will be watching in the future with the VODs. And just have a good one in general. Bye-bye.